reason why we moved it up is because we have Fruition in the house.
Hey,
Hi,
Jesse.
It's so great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks so much for having us back.
So good.
Yeah.
Well, last time was over at the Purple Building, and here we are in our new space at Riverside Revival.
It's a lovely place you've got here.
Yeah, what color is this one? It's kind of purplish.
Ooh, it's got a little purple
Yeah, it does.
glow
Purple
from
vibes.
the lights.
Not as purple.
The lights, action camera. And of course, we are filming this, and we will post it later, but we're live on the radio.
Oh, hey, Radioland.
Say hi to everybody. We get
Be
people.
careful out there in the commute, ladies.
We get people, from all over the country, and they're listening on our app or they're listening online, and we have a really big. We have a big stick. We're in 40 counties from
That's
the
amazing.
Love
the
that.
Alabama
Incredible.
border to Bowling Green. So you'll catch us on your travels.
Yeah.
As you guys have been traveling a lot.
That's what we do.
I know. 15 years in, and I think better than ever.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We feel the same way. But yeah, we are definitely well trained on sitting in the van at this point.
Do you write together in the van, or?
No, I don't think that's ever happened.
Not together, no.
Separately.
Yeah, the out the window inspiration for writing does come, but it's not really good for collaborative writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great place to like get into your own little world, which is also a good environment for writing. But yeah, not so much for collabs.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of in your zone.
So tell me about the zones in the van. Do you each have a assigned seat?
We don't. We kind of mix it up. Although it does tend to happen naturally, organically, like kind of at the beginning of a tour. It seems like people kind of pick their little spots, and that's kind of where they're at. Although that kind of goes out the window halfway through a tour because somebody's like, I'm sick of sitting in the back. You know what I mean? So.
But it is interesting it's like an interesting study of like, because you have all your little creature comforts, so you want to like move in if you're gonna have a long day. So it's like, I want to move in. I'm pulling out my Kindle, my knitting, my Nintendo, my notebook, my phone. And it's like, to switch up the seats is kind of an endeavor at that point when all your stuff's out.
Mimi's zone sounds more comfortable than mine.
Travel pillow, blankie. I require lots of creature comforts.
And it's also kind of an unspoken rule that, you have van call in the morning oftentimes, and if you get there, whenever you get there, you get to pick your seat. Yeah. So it's some good motivation to be on time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
especially
incentive.
Especially if you're tired and you want to get the lay down spot or, so.
Now, does it interfere with the amount that you would like to pack for the road in terms of clothing and stuff?
No, I don't
think
we have
so.
a pretty big cargo bay
Ah.
that is currently pretty underutilized, so we could actually get a lot more junk.
Yeah, we got space for things. If people want to give us stuff,
Totally.
we'll take it.
Now, do you shop when you're on the road? Do you go to bookstores and?
Bookstores, record stores,
Records,
vintage
mostly.
stores, music, instrument stores. Yeah.
Then you have to protect records for the whole tour.
Oh yeah.
Which there are designated spots in the van now that are very much record protection areas.
Zones.
Yeah, I was hoping to pull in time to go to Fanny's and add another guitar to the cargo today, but next time.
Same.
Well, so you're
Love
just-
you, Fanny's.
You're just passing through tonight, actually. So we should talk about that from St. Louis to Atlanta.
Indeed.
That is correct. We're passing through and playing Atlanta tomorrow, and then we'll be coming right back to Nashville on Wednesday for a show at the Mill at Cannery Hall.
Way cool. Well, thank you for stopping. And of course, I'm sure we're like eating into dinner time, so we can talk about that in a minute.
Sure.
What do you want to play for us first?
We're going to start with a song called Can You Tell Me?
Well, how did you get down so low? You're living your life in the gutter with the poison, drinking that gasoline. Why don't you lift up your head and wipe your face in the moonlight of the evening, when everything is just the same? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? You said, what the hell's the difference? You sell your soul for $1 in the alley, scattered in the broken glass. What's our use in trying, man? You say everything happens for a reason that no one knows. The wheel keeps spinning around. Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Not just who do you think you are, throwing your stones at the pigeons that are starving in the concrete jungles of man. Said, where's a man supposed to go except for where he's standing, when he's standing in the quicksand? Struggling only makes you sing. Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Can you tell me?
Fruition with us live in the studio at Riverside Revival for WMOT. Wow. So first off, your harmonies are like close harmony. I mean, they're like family. They're amazing.
Thank
Thank you.
How long did you work before you realized how simpatico your voices were?
Probably about 30 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, the very first time we ever sang together, we had just our reactions after we would finish a song was just laughing uncontrollably because we loved it so much. It's so fun to sing 3-part harmonies if you're a singer. And when you find people that we just all kind of naturally fell into our spots too, and it was just so easy, and it was just very apparent very quickly that that this was something special. So
It's like you unlock a key to the universe.
Totally.
And it just comes, and fills you up. It's really amazing.
thank you very much.
And then let's talk about the styles of music that live in all of your work, because it's pretty varied.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's tied to the kind of harmony origin story too. Is that we would it became like a fun little challenge, just like throw out a random cover song that we knew we would all kind of know and just see if we would nail it. So it would go anywhere.
Yeah.
Bob Marley, Sublime, into any random 90s hit, 60s soul, like anything that came to mind. And that's where the laughing with joy would come, because we were just testing ourselves. And it's like, no, we love all of these styles and it's all working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
So how did you meet her originally?
It was kind of a little bit random. So I came to Portland in 2008. So actually we've been kind of a band for about 16 years. And I came there with like $100. I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I was going to play music. And so I just started playing open mics. I went and played an open mic that a friend was like, you got to go check out this show tonight. Mimi Naja's playing down at this place. So I went to the show. And it was actually, I saw Mimi Naja's Fruition, is what it was called. So I got to be at a Fruition show once. And, her vocals and her presence was really striking, and I met her that night, but we didn't play. And then later, some friends hooked us up, and we kind of played together. And then one time, I was sitting in a coffee shop, an internet cafe, when those used to exist. I am dating myself. And I saw Mimi coming around the corner with Kellen, and they had their instruments. And I like popped my head out of the shop and I go, "Where are you guys going?" They're like, "We're going down to busk. You want to come?" So I was like, "Yep." So I quit looking for a job and went and joined them on the street. And that was the first time we sang together. And that was what we were talking about with all the laughter and everything. We knew right then, we're like, okay, this is a thing. So
Such a great name, too. Fruition is, I mean, one of the great band names of all time.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. Yes. Yes. I tend to agree.
Yeah. Sometimes I go back and forth. I was like, are we just like, is it like a pretentious thing to be like Fruition? We have blossomed. You know, and then it's like, I love it though, don't get me wrong. But
I think there's a
continual
becoming.
state.
yeah.
Continual state of
exactly.
blossoming, you know?
It's
Yeah.
continual state.
It is interesting how often we encounter people who aren't really familiar with that word, though. That's been one of the only drawbacks of having our name be what it is. It's not everyone knows the word fruition. So if you're out there and this is your first time, hey.
Check out Fruition.
The word.
The word. And the band.
That's what I meant,
Yeah.
And there's a brand new record.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the 8th? Or
No idea.
Full length?
Hard to say.
7th full length? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
So I do have to ask where the name came from, How to Make Mistakes. Who's owning this?
That was so there's a song on the record that's called Made to Break, and in that song we have a line, "I'm still learning how to make mistakes." But when we initially went into the studio and we started recording these songs, we did them all live, and so once we kind of decided to do them all live, at one point Mimi was like, "Well, we got to call the album How to Make Mistakes," and immediately we're all like, done. That's it. You know, it was one of those magic moments that you always hope for when you're making art, where something comes very clear and smacks you in the face, and you're like, "That's it. That's what it's called."
totally. Yeah, there was like no discussion. We're all like, yep, that's it.
And then we hit up our managers, and they're like, "Are you guys sure about that?" We're like, "Trust us."
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Done.
Hive mind.
Yeah.
What are you going to play for us next?
Well, actually, I think we're going to play the first track from that album. The first track's called Lonely Work. Take a walk inside the heart. See how long before you're wandering in the dark. One could seek out the morning sky or choose to lie. See, when you lie, it works for a while, till you're stuck in a jail of your own design. Pray to be caught, not get away, be made to pay. Pay your due, it's good for you. All the consequence of favoring the truth, keeping it real, making it right, break down and cry. Cry for love, you love to hurt. Now you know that healing bones is lonely work. Some broken things may never mend, they have to end. So you take a walk inside the heart to see how long before you're wandering in the dark. But you seek out the morning sky, and it makes you cry. Cry for love you love to hurt. Now you know the healing bones is lonely work. Some broken things may never mend. They have to end.
Just beautiful. Thank you so much, Kellen, Mimi, Jay, for hanging out with us here, sort of as a tune-up before the show on Wednesday evening.
Absolutely.
And again, thank you for stopping by. It's, I guess, broke up the drive a little bit.
It was honestly perfect. It was the perfect stopping point for our drive today.
Well, and then let's talk restaurants. Okay. I mean, there's lots of choices.
Okay.
Do you tend to find different places in different cities that you gravitate towards and go back to?
Oh, yeah.
One thing that's like a common denominator for everyone that was instilled in us from our old sound guy is a love of pho. So, like, we pretty much always will be down for a pho place. And, like, it's just such a healing food. The road really wears on you, so it's like bowl of beef noodle soup is like always what sounds good. So but we all really love, I mean, what's not to love out there for cuisine? But we tend to like gravitate towards like pho places or like diner vibes.
Yeah, diners are great.
Yeah.
Or whatever the flagship like restaurants are of different cities.
Totally.
And there's a lot of those.
Totally.
And so it's really nice to, like, if you're in Salt Lake City, you got to go to Red Iguana, and if you're in Kansas City, you got to go to Joe's for bird ends. There's some staples out there that we definitely make sure we hit when we're there.
And there's a lot of dates on this run. You're hooking back up with Green Sky Bluegrass toward the end of it.
Yep.
So
at the end of the year, we're doing New Year's with our buddies Green Sky out in Denver.
What's Denver's food group?
Man, it's kind of all over the board. You know what's crazy though? They have incredible sushi. You wouldn't. I mean, it's the most landlocked city in the lower 48, but they have incredible sushi there. I don't know if there's like a Denver omelet.
Quintessential
There's
Denver. Oh, there you go.
But Colorado does have some excellent bleed over bordering New Mexico. Like access to green chili is very,
Big
very
deal.
good.
Down
there.
with that.
Good call.
Always.
Good call.
And also the Texas influence, so you can actually get Texas barbecue there, which
True.
is another food group.
Absolutely.
That is a
Totally.
Very
food group.
important one.
So you're heading to Atlanta, and that's Mimi's home now.
Yes.
Been there a while.
Yeah, I'm born and raised there, and I made my way back.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have the same claim to fame kind of as Nashville of the meat and three soul food energy there.
Nice.
But yeah, it's all the same.
I think that's what we're kind of leaning towards tonight is the old meat and three.
Yeah, Southern comfort.
They're disappearing. That's something. So definitely,
that.
while you still can.
It's so
the same thing is
sad.
like delis in New York are going away.
What?
I know.
What's wrong with these people?
Thankfully, New Jersey diners are still healthy.
Okay, good.
Oh, it's because they think they're not healthy.
No, it's just there's so many of them.
Oh,
they
yeah,
seem
yeah.
to be fine, and they're freestanding, and it's not like being torn down to build a building.
Sure.
Oh,
that's sad.
there's a lot of that going on too.
I
So
know.
we're really happy that we still have all our venues here.
Oh, hallelujah.
And you're playing Cannery, and they went through a change and came out the other side of it, and we're really happy that they're presenting music. So.
Yes,
good.
so
Yes, so are
grateful
we.
for that.
So do a lot of people show up in Atlanta for your Atlanta gig? Do you see like a lot of friends?
Yeah, definitely. There's like there is a little bit of like my like high school friend demographic, but there's a whole new demographic independent of the fact that I live there, but it's always a good time. It's always a lot, and some family on my end too. Yeah, it's a good time.
And what about here? Because you lived here for a while too, so
Oh yeah.
do a bunch of people show?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we all got friends here for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
From years of festivaling and making friends with various bands. Yeah, Nashville is definitely like a second home to all of us.
Oh, that's so sweet.
My younger sister lives here. Hi, Cass.
I'm visualizing her. That's awesome.
She's listening.
Do you want to play another song for us?
Yeah,
Sure.
Let's do it. This is one that's not on the record, but we just released it right before the election happened, and it's kind of I call it my protest song against everything, because we can be doing so much better than we're doing. This is called Whole World of Trouble. It's hard to say, I've noticed. Whole world of trouble. Whole world of trouble.
Whole world is just kind of one word, I think.
Whole world.
Whole world.
Yeah.
Well, what are we doing to the earth? What are we doing to each other? If we don't start stopping all the madness we're making, we're headed for a whole world of trouble. Now we made up money in society, we made up private property, we made up religions and all of them isms. We made our beds so we could get some sleep, but I keep tossing and turning these days the way that it's all been going. It's time to break it so we can remake it better than it's ever been. Cause what are we doing to the earth? What are we doing to each other? If we don't start stopping all the madness we're making, we're headed for a whole world of trouble. Now you can't fight fire with fire, my friend. Hate breeds hate and the flames just spread. Jesus Christ, wouldn't it be nice if living together didn't come with a price? But the prices get high, the pay gets less, the world is getting hotter every day. The only solution is a kind of revolution. We gotta find a better way. Cause what are we doing to the earth? Well, what are we doing to each other? If we don't start stopping all the madness we're making, we're headed for a whole world of trouble. Puppet or the idiot, typical political bullshit. That machine ain't broken, it's a rolling and a smoking on the backs of the poor for the rich. And if God made man or man made God, it doesn't really matter to me. But if man makes laws and man makes war, surely man can make some peace. Cause what are we doing to the earth? Well, what are we doing to each other? If we don't start stopping all this madness we're making, we're headed for a whole world of trouble. I said, now what are we doing to the earth? What are we doing to each other? If we don't start stopping all this madness we're making, we're headed for a whole world of trouble. What are we doing to the earth? What are we doing to each other? What are we doing to the earth? What are we doing to each other? What are we doing to the earth? What are we
What are we doing to the earth? What are we doing to each other?
So great.
Thank you.
Fruition. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us on the radio here.
Literally,
Always a pleasure.
literally anytime.
We
Anytime.
love, we love
Come on back.
WMOT. We really
Oh,
do.
thank you.
We do.
Not all radio stops are created equal, folks. We really love it here.
It's so great to have you. Come back. We'll do more. We'll do longer.
I would
Sure.
love
We need
that.
to do a longer one
We'd love that.
someday.
We'd love to get the rhythm section in somehow.
Yes.
Full band.
Yeah.
Full band.
Okay, we'll plan.
Yeah.
And meet in 3.
Yes, yes, we're on our way. I think Ramses is on our route tonight. So
Down in
Nashville.
South Nashville.
yeah, let's go.
Absolutely. Thank you so
We'll be
much.
back on Wednesday.
Oh, Wakefield, yeah.
Yeah.
We should, yeah. Cannery, The Mill, Wednesday night. Atlanta tonight if you're listening, or tomorrow night if you're listening. And where do you go after Nashville? It's like Ohio?
Columbus.
Yes.
And then Pittsburgh.
Nice.
And these last 4 shows are with our friend Anna Moss, who is an incredible musician. She's there with a band.
Absolutely.
The Nightshades.
Uh-huh.
And not to be missed. She's magic.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it all. Jay, Mimi, Kellen, Fruition, thank you so much for stopping by our Riverside Revival studio for WMOT Roots Radio.